Sean has a problem.
A car problem.
He both wants a daily driver and a track day hero in the same package. We have a Mustang, we have a Supra. They're both about 70 grand, they're both a 6-speed manual, and they're both pretty fast. We're gonna find out which is the right choice for Sean.
Let's do it. I need a sports car back in my life that can do the job of getting me to work, getting me to the grocery store, while still being something I can take to the track, be durable, and just be a really fun experience.
He's too scared to drive his Ferrari, in other words, and so
Yes.
he needs something else.
You've brought some really interesting picks.
This is a 2025 Ford Mustang GT with a performance pack handling upgrades, 486 horsepower from the 5-liter V8, 6-speed manual, rear seats, trunk is huge, hood is long. You owned a Mustang.
I did. I had a Mustang in high school, so this really calls back to my roots.
And it's the same color as your G-Wagon.
Yes, it is. It is a odd color.
It's a color. The other option that I brought is a Mark V Supra. This is a 6-speed manual Supra. This, I believe, is going to be the final year of the Supra new. So now's your shot. This is 380-something horsepower from a 3-liter twin-turbo inline-6. A little bit smaller. Maybe that's better for your city usage.
So this one's a bit lighter.
Yeah,
a bit down on power.
By about 600 pounds lighter.
Wow.
About 100 fewer horsepower. But it does have a faster 0 to 60 time, 3.9 seconds.
I like that.
So we're going to take these two. We're leaving San Diego at 5 o'clock. Perfect time to hit rush hour traffic. We're going to drive the 3 to 4 hours to Chuckwalla Racetrack out in the desert.
We're going to the track?
We're going to the track.
What?
We're going to get to put both of these around the track.
Yes.
See which you prefer, see which I prefer for the educated viewers among us. And then we're going to make a choice. Which we choose from these.
This is going to be a good day of work.
These are
and
70
also,
grand.
I mean, this is real consumer advice, right? We're going to take these as you would from the urban landscape that we live in to the motel near a track, do the overnight, and then wake up and actually do some track driving.
Southern California, and you go to any track. This is a life that you have lived.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out which of these we'd want for ourselves.
Let's go.
All right, which car do you want for the drive out?
No, I'm really interested in driving both, but
you have no choice. That's good.
We're taking the pony. Taking the pony.
I'm just gonna go. Be done with that. All right, friends, we are setting off on this little road trip to the desert, testing out the hypothesis. Are either of these, this Mark V Supra, that Ford Mustang, the right choice for Sean?
What am I looking for from my daily sports car experience? I'm looking for something that gives me just that, an experience. I want to be able to get in the car and be connected to my love of driving. Whether that's going to the grocery store, driving to work, running up to Los Angeles on a work trip. And the Mustang's a pretty good way to do that. You know, what I don't want is something that, I shouldn't take that out right now. It's gonna be too hard. I'm gonna be too stressed about parking it there. I'm gonna be worried about parking. I'm gonna be worried about scraping. I'm gonna be worried about just the general nuances of driving. I love my 360. However, I do have to consider a lot of those things every time I take it for a drive. So that's what I'm looking for, is something that's truly usable while still offering the theatrics of a sports car.
And honestly, it's a relatively common question and thing that you might want. I'm excited to kind of explore whether this Supra, that Mustang, are the right choice for Sean and for others in this situation. Sean is going to be giving an incredibly biased take, as he should. This question truly is for him.
Oh, man. This isn't slow. This is, man. Leaving the office in 2026 Mustang GT would be quite the nice feeling.
I'm going to try to give a slightly more useful, I'll say, set of advice and set of opinions. I love a lot of the same things Sean does. I do love performance, despite what you might think. I also do really value daily ability and practicality. I can't quite justify a true track weapon, especially at this price point.
This comparison's interesting because, yes, while they're close in total MSRP, the Mustang actually starts about $10,000 cheaper than that Supra. This Mustang has the track pack, which gives you the right wheels, tires, and these really supportive Recaros. However, this one has options I deem unnecessary, like the clear matte PPF. It's a $6,000 item on the window sticker. I'd probably skip that.
This is a $70,000 car in the final edition form, 72. Some of that is the MSRP of this specific one with the GT4 graphics. 60-ish is where a Supra starts. You're paying for performance, is the hope at least, because I will say I'm a little disappointed by the screen. Or the aftermarket screen in Sean's G-Wagon is larger than this.
The Mustang has really followed that same Porsche 911 trajectory of just always continuously improving. But for this like commuting in the worst of San Diego traffic, this isn't a bad place to be. You know, if I wasn't talking to camera, I'd have my Spotify on, be listening to some Queens of the Stone Age. This is like one of the most insane merges in San Diego. It's like a 5 into 1.
Wild merge. If you know the 5 to the 163 North San Diego, that's where we're at. Initial impressions. This is pretty small. Not to say that it's not suitable for Sean, but I think he will find this a little compact. The belt line is really high. The roof is pretty low. There aren't rear seats at all. And honestly, the cargo area, the hatchback, is a little bit smaller than I expected it to be.
The Supra being 400 pounds lighter is an advantage. I do generally like a lighter driving experience. However, the extra horsepower and just the feel of a naturally aspirated V8 probably makes up for that in my use case, as does the fact that this car has back seats. I find it really hard to live with a car with only 2 seats, as I did with the Cayman for almost 9 years. It wasn't such an issue when my pup Enzo was a puppy, but as he grew and grew and grew, it was harder and harder for him to ride in my girlfriend's lap in the Cayman. That's why for my next sports car daily, it would be really nice to have a back seat. Not for humans, but for my dog. Just opens up the options for me quite a bit. I've never driven a manual transmission car with radar cruise. How does this work? Can we set it? We're in 6th gear, doing 30 miles an hour using radar cruise control. This might be life-changing. So tell me, Filippo, how is the Supra up there?
You know, it's quiet enough, it's comfortable enough. I have no complaints in traffic. How's the Mustang?
I've just had a life-changing experience in that I got to use radar cruise control in a manual transmission car.
Welcome to 2026, buddy.
I know, but have you tried it yet?
I don't have radar cruise control in the Supra.
Wow, very interesting.
Real consumer advice from Sean here.
I consider that a point for Mustang.
What's your MPG so far?
14.6.
Sean, how?
Is that bad?
To anybody that doesn't own a G-Wagon, yes.
God, that's bad. That's bad. Try to do better.
It is so cool to be in something that has so much tech, but has such a connection to the driving history and feel that I love. I certainly am a Mustang person. So we made it.
How's your drive?
Comfortable. Like, it is a Mustang. It does long highway blast well. I ended with 22 miles per gallon average.
Wow.
An improvement
You're up 8 miles per gallon since the last spoke.
That's right.
28 and a half.
All right, how was your drive?
It was fine.
It was fine?
Yeah.
Do you like the Supra?
It's fine.
I'm looking forward to switching in the morning, but like,
Yeah.
let's go get some rest and like reset for the best day ever, track day.
Track day is the most important day of all.
I'm very excited.
They both can do the drive out here. It's comfortable enough. It's fine.
Totally.
It's good.
Totally.
Tomorrow's the important part.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
See you in the morning. Okay, so merging onto the highway in the 2026 GR Supra. Whoa, that B58 is really fun.
The V8 is a special sound. There's like a burble to it. Much more of a burble than you might expect for an unmodified car, actually.
A huge part of the driving experience for me is the visuals of what the car looks like when you're in the car. And what I mean by that is the view over the hood, the bit of side profile you get from the side view mirrors. And this Supra really passes my test. When you look in the side view mirrors, you see those big rear haunches, and I really enjoy having that as part of the driving experience. The hood also has little slats that let you line up the car in the lane really well. And I always appreciate a car that has a hood that gives you identifying markers for where the car is in the lane and on the road.
The technology is not, I'm not going to say overwhelming, but it is a lot. There's a lot of buttons on the steering wheel. There are 9 buttons on each side of the steering wheel, but it all works and it all looks pretty good. And the quality feels solid, right? Super screen kind of flexes. This looks better mounted. There's like leather and some hard plastics, but generally, I would consider myself content with this.
Let's see what Filippo thinks. Hey Filippo, how's the Mustang?
It's so comfortable. Truly. It's nice. How's the Supra?
Yeah, I like the Supra. The NVH in the Supra is certainly higher than the Mustang.
Without a doubt. It is also tighter in there, just a little bit more constrained.
It's going to be interesting. I don't know at this point which one I would truly rather have to be my daily track car vehicle.
Only one way to find out, Sean. We got to go to the track.
Only one way to find out. Oh, I'm so excited. Well, we made it.
We made it to track.
Chuckwalla Valley Raceway. This is so exciting.
We have proven that these cars are pretty good daily drivers. This one especially, very comfortable.
They made the drive out. Both were comfortable.
Yeah.
They each have their own concessions, but
yeah,
it's concessions you're able to make when you can take these things to a place as cool as this. So I'm really excited. I think we just need to go on track. I'm going to take the Supra first and experience that. You take the Mustang.
I'm excited.
And we'll see how they feel on track. This is really your first track day, right?
It is my first track day. We did a Mini Cooper a year ago.
Yeah.
This is my first track day, first time at Chuckwalla. I'm really excited.
Hopefully nobody has any offs today.
One can hope. One can hope.
The thing we're testing today is fun, right? We're not setting, we're not timing ourselves, we're not setting lap times, we're not going for position. We're just trying to see how fun these cars are on track, which is really a really tough day of work. I'm really.
All right, you're doing Supra first, I'm doing Mustang first, and then we'll swap around.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Quick break from the video from a message from our friends at Moza Racing. I've absolutely been loving the Moza sim rig we have in the office. It constantly distracts me from my actual work. And I'm here to tell you about something that's new from them that's genuinely wild. It's called the AI Coach. Yes, AI Coach. You know, most sim coaching relies on tools that talk to you. You might have an actual coach over your shoulder giving you visual cues, audio prompts, stuff that you have to process and then react to, like having a driving instructor at a track day. Moza's developed something that's genuinely new and quite game-changing in that it's an AI coach that drives through the actual Moza hardware, so through your actual racing sim steering wheel. You get to hold the wheel and physically feel what the AI driver is doing. The steering torque, trail braking, force feedback, corner entry. You're learning the way real drivers do, and that's by feel. Whether you're brand new to sim racing, trying to learn the racing line, or chasing those last couple really challenging tenths, this is something that you could actually use. And look, I'm currently sitting on top of the Cars and Bids staff leaderboard, have been since we got the Moza Racing Sim, and I plan on keeping it that way. So I'm going to use every tool I have at my disposal, and this AI coach is certainly going to be added to the roster of things that are distracting me from my actual day job. So check out the Moza AI coach in the link in the description. Now back to Chuckwalla.
Here's the back straight. Downshifting into this little uphill. Oh, the turn-in is fantastic. There's my apex. Squeeze the power through down the hill. Oh, yes. There it is. Up here. And a hard braking. Find that blind apex. Turn in. And we enter the bowl. One of the most fun corners at Chuckwalla. Look at this. Oh, and it holds the track so well. I have grip for days. And a really predictable drivetrain. Squeeze the power. This is fantastic! Yes! I'm nowhere near the limit of what this Supra can do, but it's comfortable enough and approachable enough that I can start to really push where I'm comfortable and see what the car's responding to and where it's not. And man, we're just catching Filippo all day.
I'm here in the Ford Mustang GT doing a little bit of track time to really see whether this car can be a track weapon. Can it be your daily driver, and can it also be your track toy? I do really truly think that you could use this. Now, Sean has kept catching up to me. To be fair, he's being an aggressive monster.
Getting a point by Filippo makes this a very good day.
I'm now going to be chasing our buddy Sean on this track. He's in the Supra. We're going to kind of get a little comparison point. He is both a much more experienced racing driver than I am and a little bit more competitive than I am. But I'm going to try to match his line while giving him ample space. We're not out here to set track records. Sean just went off track, so that was good.
A little off. Little loopsy. Little loopsy. Filippo's not gonna let me lift that one down.
But really turned in excellent. Grip, really, really great, especially with the tires on this version. All right, there have been a few moments when I feel like it does want to rotate. It's like an GT pushing me around that corner, especially at higher RPMs if I am in second. But that's not a bad thing. Adds a little bit of fun. Because you know that this car can get a little tail happy, and that is a good thing.
Woo! A little fast. Cooked it a little too hot coming onto this back straightaway. But again, it's very approachable. Oh, it loads up so nice into the corner. And this level of power is great for a track day. Sure, there's gonna be heroes and Miatas that are gonna be going way faster than you, but a lot of people that own these cars are really annoying at track days and don't get point buys. And that causes all kinds of issues. So when you have something that you can grow into with a bit of power, I don't think that's a bad place to start with proper instruction. Man, the bowl at Chuckwalla is one of the best corners in all of North America. Just squeeze the throttle on it, come out, yes!
It is not a small car, needless to say, right? This is quite a large automobile. You don't really feel that. It's hiding the 3,800 pounds or whatever it is really quite well. Really controllable at every moment, which is excellent. Oh.
So yeah, overall impressions, Supra would absolutely be a blast to own. Drive to the track, and then just pound countless lap after lap after lap. Really pushing yourself to become a better driver. This is the right size, and again, the seating position in this is really good. That's such an important part of the track driving experience, is having a good seat position where you can just focus on doing the thing that matters most, driving. I will say the side bolsters are not the most supportive in these seats. I do feel that the Mustang is probably going to have this car beat in that department. However, the actual driving position lets me just focus on actually doing the thing that matters most, which is setting safe and fast and fun laps. What a good time this is.
I mean, 70 grand is a lot of money, obviously, but you kind of do get little horse. Given how comfortable and relaxed and just spacious and quiet it is on the highway, I'm impressed.
What a great session. And the Supra just did a half hour of track driving. Not a single issue. Only driver issue. Man, Filippo's gonna give me so much crap for that. Wow, all right, time to experience the Mustang and see what that's all about.
We're not gonna talk about what happened on one of those laps. Sean just went off track, so that was good. How was your Supra experience?
It's really good. It does what you want a track car to come to a track day and do, which is just stay. It's really complacent. It's a good driving tool. The seating position, the amount of power, the steering feel, all lets me focus on my driving versus like kind of handling a car.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to driving the Mustang.
I'm excited for you to drive that. It's a different experience. Right? Power delivery is way different than this, which I'm excited to also drive. It's larger. Yeah. I'm pretty impressed by the Mustang so far.
You're liking it?
It
nice.
handles those laps really well without complaining.
Yeah.
You can put down pretty strong power.
Yeah.
It's much more competent than its size might have you believe.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you to drive that.
That's amazing.
And to get into this.
Looking forward to our final thoughts. But let me drive the Mustang. I'll try not to put it in the gravel this time.
Yeah. Probably wise.
To recalibrate my driving, and I'm in something that's much heavier. Stickier tires. The Supra is on a 300 treadwear tire. This is a 220. Oh, but already it's so much more of an event. Wow! Listen to that motor, my goodness!
that Mustang sounds so much better than the Supra does.
But as a theater, a place to experience a racetrack, this Mustang is offering quite a lot. You have the sound, you have these sticky tires that really, really grip and allow so much turn in. You're in this really fitting Recaro that, although you don't have much steering feel, lets you just really focus on where you're placing this big old boat of a Mustang, which it doesn't feel like much of a boat anymore. This is a proper track car. I can absolutely see why people love the new IMSA Dark Horse Racing Series and these spec cars, because, wow, this feels like you're driving a NASCAR.
These are very different track experiences. The car, the chassis just feels so much more lively than that Mustang. The Mustang is very composed. They've done a phenomenal job with the suspension and the brakes, especially the performance pack and the larger Brembos. But this car feels more playful in a lot of ways.
This Mustang is serious. This is serious. And it changes direction quite well. Again, it doesn't feel like a precision tool. It feels like I'm driving like a Trans Am car, NASCAR, that sort of theater, which is pretty cool to experience on track. And I'm just really cruising. I'm not cooking any kind of lap records here. I am just having a good time.
On-track visibility, better than the Mustang. There's something about the A-pillar here that is not my absolute favorite. Brakes feel notably less confidence-inspiring, but less body motion, less body roll certainly. Definitely feels more sprightly, for lack of better word. A lot of the inputs do feel a little nicer. I wish it did have a little bit more steering feel though.
And squeeze the throttle, yeah! Yes! There we go. What a time. And into the apex and late apex here. Yeah. Just thumping. Listen to that go. 5, 6, 7,000 RPM. Yes. Into the braking zone. And it's compliant under braking. I trust these brakes. More than the Supra actually, which is surprising. I can really feel like I can lean on these brakes out of the box. Oh my goodness, and then right back to the power.
I think the fact that Mustang is a performance pack is quite helpful for this test. It is a huge step up in terms of kind of durability of components for repeated track use. And that is something I would recommend. I did like the seats also. These are fine. Those are a little bit more comfortable. Now that I'm in it, though, the size is quite helpful.
Man, so here I am lapping this Mustang. If I had to pick one today, right now, to put in my garage, it would certainly be this Mustang. It offers more practicality in terms of being able to take 2 people in a pinch, plus the dog, plus the girlfriend, while also being able to come to the track and have a very unique experience. If you're looking to really become a better driver in something that's very neutral, I think the Supra is an absolutely wonderful pick. And I wouldn't fault anyone for picking the Supra to be their daily/track vehicle. But as a motorsport theater, yes, listen to that! You can't beat it! That is amazing! Woohoo! Into turn 1, touch the curb, apex, carry the speed. Oh, the tires are so sticky. Just a big old sticky Mustang, just how I like them. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah!
All right, I thought the Mustang should go first with a great experience, and it is. It really is. You can do both. If you're gonna prioritize comfort in your daily life, that's probably the car to take, because you can still do the track day stuff. This car, though, a better track weapon.
Final thoughts. Track days are fun. Get yourself, no matter what kind of car you have, if it's got 4 wheels and tires, make sure it's safe and then get it to a track. But coming and buying something that can have the duality of daily and track use is certainly possible, and it's alive in 2026, right off the showroom with both of these 2 cars. I very, very much encourage everyone that's interested in getting into track driving to come experience it, whether that's in your current car or something you decide to become your next daily. But wow, you cannot go wrong with a modern Mustang. It is so impressive, the strides that Ford has made with this car. I'm almost glad they're not making any more sedans. Let them really focus on a focused driving experience. And this isn't a dark horse. This isn't a GT500. This isn't a GTD. This is a Mustang GT. And that concludes our lap session at Chuckwalla. I can't wait to talk to Filippo and see which one he really liked and what he enjoyed. And I hope we'll be back out here very soon. Please tell Filippo that we should be doing more fun adventures like this. Because I, producer Sean, am not always happy to be on camera, but I will certainly keep making this for you guys if, if you like it and watch it.
All right, Sean, we've each done some time in each of the cars.
First off, how fun was that?
It was so fun.
It's so fun, right?
It's
Track
truly
plus sports car.
Such a blast.
It's so fun.
These are very different.
Extremely different cars. As a driving tool,
yeah.
yes.
As a driving experience,
sports car,
maybe
yes.
that.
If you want a sports car, get the Supra. If you want an experience, like NASCAR, Trans Am driving experience.
But actually competent.
I want the Mustang.
Do you really?
I want the Mustang, yeah. It's just such an experience. It's the sticky tires with that amazing soundtrack in a nice Recaro seat and really confident brakes.
The brake difference is notable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I would choose this for today.
Makes sense.
Because I want to push myself a little bit more.
Makes
I
sense.
want to get a little bit more technically better at it. And this is going to help me explore those limits more so than this.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
But I do want to ask, this weekend, in our real lives, we're going out for a canyon drive.
Yeah.
Really?
Still the Mustang, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's no beating in terms of a theatrical experience. The Supra, it still is a phenomenal experience, but it's something that like you want to party with. I want to party with the Mustang.
That's so you.
Totally.
All right, well, regardless, these are both cars that you can buy. You can find them both on Cars and Bids pretty much every single week. These ones are both brand new, but you can find them on Cars and Bids day in, day out. Sean, you buying either of these though?
I think you guys better watch out for me in the bidding section.
And boy, do you have to watch out for Sean.
Let's go.
Hope that helps you.
More laps, come on.
Gotta get gas.
Yeah.